Good morning, happy Saturday. It is about 10:30 a.m. and Kyle left me again this morning. He's flying back home to Hawaii for about a week. But I decided not to go back home because I was just there in February. Plus I have a big Europe trip coming up next month. So I'm just trying to save as much money as I can. So I'm going to be living alone again by myself here in SF. But that's okay because today I'm going to be meeting up with one of my friends. Her name is Kaylee and we've been friends since early elementary school. So I'm so happy to see her. I feel like I haven't seen her in a year. So I'm all ready now, ready to head out. So let me show you what I'm wearing. So it's a little bit cloudy and chilly today. So I've got on this black long sleeve top, and then on top I just have a beige blazer, and for bottoms I just have black flare leg pants. And I'm trying to decide on what kind of shoes I want to wear. I have these two shoes, either my Converse or these platform chunky sneakers. I think I might go with the Converse today. I think that works. I'm going for a more casual look, even though the blazer is more businessy. And then of course I've got my tote bag and I'm gonna head out soon. Good morning, friends. It is Monday, May 30th. I haven't spoken to you in a couple days, but I think the last time I vlogged was when I was with Kaylee. So I hung out with Kaylee and her boyfriend's sister, and boyfriend's sister's boyfriend. And we just went around San Francisco, ate lunch, caught up. It was so much fun. And I haven't seen her in a year. And we've been childhood best friends. So, it's always nice to see a familiar face in a new place. We did a ton of stuff. I didn't vlog that much though because I was just in the moment. I haven't seen her in a long time, so we were just catching up, chatting. But we got lunch at this Korean restaurant called Surisan near Fisherman's Wharf. Then we went to this mirror maze also on Fisherman's Wharf. Went to the Palace of Fine Arts. Went to the 16th Avenue tiled steps, got boba, went to Trader Joe's, and then finally I came home. So it was a very packed but fun-filled day. And now I'm getting ready to head out to see my cousin. My cousin and her boyfriend are also in town. I haven't seen them since probably December, since I went home for the holidays. But yeah, I'm super excited to see them. They're here for a couple days and we decided to grab lunch. And I think we're also gonna go to a museum. So it's gonna be fun. And I also wanted to do my makeup. I've been loving this clean girl makeup, which is basically just a makeup look that looks very natural, glowy. The girls that always wear this type of makeup, they always look very clean and fresh faced, they have their shit together. And I don't have my shit together, but I can look like I do at least. But this is also going to be for lazy girls, because I'm very lazy when it comes to makeup. I just want to put things on my face that make me look more even toned, enhances my natural features, makes me look a little bit glowy, and then that's it. But I need it to be simple and easy to do. So for my lazy clean makeup girlies, hopefully you enjoy this. All right, so first thing I do is of course skincare. I already did my whole morning skincare routine. If you want to see what I do, I will link it up in the corners or in the description box. But that's to make sure that my skin is nice and hydrated. But that's because I have dry skin, so I want to get as much moisture in my skin as possible. And to start, I'm going to use the Power Grip Primer by e.l.f. So I took one pump. Look how sticky this is. And I'm just gonna use this to prime my face. And I'm putting this all over my face because this is gonna help my Tinted Moisturizer stay on all day. It's not sticky, it's just tacky, And then because I hate the feeling of foundation, concealer, anything heavy on my skin, I use a tinted moisturizer. This is a Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. I use it in the shade Medium Tan. This has been my favorite thing ever, especially if you have dry skin, because it has hyaluronic acid and squalane. And then I just kind of just dot it all over my face. And then I start off by just massaging it into my skin. But then I'll go in and pat it into my skin like this because it gets rid of any crease lines. I didn't sleep very well last night, plus I was sleeping on my face a lot, so my skin is kind of red and dry today, but this just like covers it all up. And like this has such a natural finish. I talked about this in a previous video as well, and holy cow, I was so surprised at how well it looked on my skin. It literally looks like your skin. I'm gonna add a little bit more, but this time I'm gonna focus it on the areas that I think need a little bit more coverage. My left side of my cheek here has some broken capillaries? How do you pronounce that word? So I have a lot of redness here, and I don't think you can fix that unless you get it like lasered, but that's expensive. I've just been living with it. And here's how my skin looks. I feel like it just looks so natural and skin-like, and you can't really tell that I have anything on my skin, which is exactly what I want. Then I'm gonna do some contouring. I have this, which is actually like a concealer, but it's just a few shades darker. This is by, I think, Black Revolution, and it's a HD corrector. But for this, I just squeeze it and put a little bit on my hand like this. And I will just use my fingers to tap it into my skin. And I know it looks really dark, but that's because I feel like whenever I use bronzers, contours, I can never get it to show up on my skin unless it's a really dark shade. Even friends in the past have done makeup on me and they try to put bronzer on me and it just does not show up on my skin as much as you layer it. So I have to get like a really dark shade like this in order for it to show up. But after I do my cheeks, I'll put it on my nose bridge as well, just to define it a little bit. I like using my fingers. I don't like using brushes or sponges because I don't want to have to wash them all the time. So I just use my fingers because I'm lazy. I'll also dot a little bit on my forehead and blend it out as well. Gotta make my 5 head look a little bit smaller. Because this is so dark though, I don't use that much. I think they do have a slightly lighter shade, but they didn't have it at the time when I went to Target, so I just got this one. And then for blush, I'm taking the I'm Mimi Pep Balm in the shade 003. And again, I'm gonna dab it on the high points of my cheek. I don't usually like to put a lot of blush because I feel like my skin is already naturally blushed, so I usually try to go easy on it. Plus I always struggle with a little bit of redness, so I feel like I don't need that much blush. I feel like my left side always looks a little bit more blushed because of the broken capillaries, so I like to add a little bit more blush on my right side only to balance it out. And then I'm gonna take this dual-ended multi-stick from Mimi and take the highlighter in and highlight the tip of my nose as well as the high points of my cheek. And then to lock in the face makeup, I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Matte Magic Mist Spray. I don't like to use powders because again, I don't like to use brushes or sponges, so I just use a setting spray. Plus I have very dry skin, so I feel like putting more powder on it is gonna make it even more dry, but I wanna keep that hydration. Now onto brows, I'm gonna take the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil in dark brown, I believe, and fill in my brows. This is my favorite part. I feel like it totally transforms my face because I don't have any eyebrows without it, and this is the easiest eye pencil I've ever used. I like it because it has a pretty thick pencil, so it makes it super fast to fill in your brows, and I love the spoolie at the end too. Also, this thing is $3. It is so cheap. Look at the instant transformation. Brows, I feel like, make the biggest difference on a person's face. If I could only put one makeup product on every day for the rest of my life, it would be my brows. If you could only put one makeup product on for the rest of your life, nothing else, what would you choose? Leave a comment. And I think that's good enough for the brows. I could spend a whole hour doing them, but I don't have time for that. Next up, I like to do my eyes, so I'm gonna do my eyeliner first. I love this Kaja wing stamp set. I use it every time I want to draw a wing because I cannot do it free-handed. I've been practicing and I still can't do it. It's super cool because it stamps on your wing and then you use the black pen to draw the rest of the liner. So I always do my right side first and ta-da! It just stamps right on. It's so freaking easy. It's way easier than freehanding this. I can't even do this, so this is already a lifesaver. And then I just connect it to the rest of my eye. It's so good too because it's waterproof. And again, I'm lazy, so I don't line the entire eye. I just do it up to like the last quarter of my eye. Done! It's so easy! Next up is lashes. I'm just gonna curl my lashes and I'm gonna put on false lashes today because I'm feeling a little bit lazy. And yes, putting on lashes is my lazy makeup. That's because putting on mascara is just more work to apply it evenly, and it's also more work to remove since I use waterproof eye makeup. So it just takes more time to remove at the end of the day. So before I put on the lashes, I usually just curl my natural lashes. And these are my all-time favorite lashes. This is the Kiss True Volume lashes in Posh. They just look so good and so natural. They look like lash extensions, but better. And then I use the Duo brush on adhesive as my lash glue. And look at how thin the lash band is. That's why I think it's so good, because it looks so natural once you put it on. And then I let the glue get tacky for about 25 seconds. And then I just pop the lash right on. Look at that. I just love it. I love how fluffy it is. I love the length of each of the hairs. The lash band is so thin and like invisible too. Actually, you know what? I feel like as part of the clean girl makeup look, lashes aren't really a part of it. Okay, I've made the executive decision to not wear lashes. It's not part of the clean girl makeup look, so I'm putting them back. But also, I forgot a step for my brows. I forgot to use some brow gel, so I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Brow Wow in dark brown. I like to use this to just like set the brow hairs, make sure they stay in place. It's gonna be windy, so I want my brows to like stay kind of flat on my face. All right, so instead of lashes, I'm just gonna use mascara. So I'm just gonna use the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. I'm gonna curl my lashes a little bit more again. I'm curling it really close to the base because I want my lashes to look as long as possible. And that's also why I like using the Telescopic Mascara, because it really lengthens your lashes. Okay, and finally the last step is lips. I'm using, I think, an e.l.f. lip tint. I like lip tints the most because they're easy. You just apply a little bit and then dab off the excess, and it leaves a really nice color left on your lips. This lasts throughout like eating and drinking too. Plus it doesn't transfer on your mask, which I am going to be wearing a mask throughout the day. And then finally I just put some lip balm on top to add back some of the shine. And that's it for the makeup. I am done. This is my clean girl makeup look, my lazy clean girl makeup look. It's very glowy and radiant. Doesn't look like too much makeup, and I feel like just enhances your natural features. And now I need to get dressed because they're gonna be here soon and I'm not ready yet. All right, so I changed my outfit and I also did my hair, slicked it back in a sleek ponytail, I guess, because it's very greasy. Haven't washed it in like 4 days, so I feel like this is one of the only hairstyles that I can do right now, but I feel like it also ties into the clean girl aesthetic. And here's the outfit. I will say I don't think this is a very like clean girl aesthetic type of outfit. This definitely has more of like a boho vibe, but I want it to be more comfy and casual today. We're gonna be out walking around a lot, so I've got on a little white crop top. This is actually from the brand Women, which is unfortunately no longer available. It was a brand created by other YouTubers, Whaley and Sophia, and I'm probably never gonna throw it out because they're my favorite YouTubers, and this is just such a cute top, and it's kind of like a historical artifact now because the brand is no longer a thing. But then for my pants, I have on these brown Yes style pants. They're just like stretchy waist, so comfy. My cardigan is from a set from Princess Polly. I've got my tote bag, my shoes, and they're gonna be here in any second now, so I will see you guys later.
Every night for the past 2 years and 6 months. And to this strap right here, off my leg, without unlocking the power. Unbelievable! Unbelievable! I mean, wow, it's a miracle. Look at how old he is. He's right there. He's here.
Hi guys, so I just got back home from hanging out with Carrie and Ryan. It was so much fun. I'm so glad I got to see them. We did a lot today. So first we went and ate at this Taiwanese hot pot restaurant called Tasty Pot. It was my first time there. It's in like the Richmond district, I believe. And it was so good. I got the Japanese miso hot pot and oh my god, so good. There were so many different veggies and like meats in there. Like every bite was a surprise. And then we went to the Palace of Fine Arts. That was super nice to see because today was so clear. The weather was amazing, pretty warm out, so it was a great day to see it. And then we went to Fisherman's Wharf. We did this like museum of 3D illusions, which was super cool. Basically it's just like murals on the wall painted to look like an illusion if you stand and look at it from a certain angle. Super cool. And then we walked down around Pier 39 and then ended at this like antique arcade. It's the same arcade that they went to in Princess Diaries. If you guys have ever seen Princess Diaries, the scene where Mia and Queen Clarice, she's like wrestling the wrestling machine, the arm wrestling machine. So we spent a good amount of time there playing a bunch of different like old antique games and it was just so much fun. And now I'm home, now I'm exhausted, and I'll be honest, I'm kind of sad right now. Like coming home to an empty apartment is kind of depressing. Like usually when I come home, Kyle's here, but you know, he's not here. He's still back in Hawaii, so it's just me, and like spending time with all my friends this week has been amazing, but it also makes me really sad to come home to an empty apartment. Because I'm like on a high when I'm hanging out with them. It's so much fun, and then I come home and it's like, oh, sad. Now I have some work to do before tomorrow and I need to clean the apartment. I'm probably gonna sleep early because I'm very, very tired. So that's probably gonna be it for today's vlog. But before I go, here's today's comment shout out. Today's comment shout out goes out to Sherilyn Leanne. Thank you so much for watching. I always see you around commenting, so I really appreciate your support. And I have been trying to be more consistent with my vlogs. I've been posting like twice a week, so I'm really glad that you're enjoying it. Like this video, subscribe, and leave a comment below for a chance to be shouted out in my next video. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!